Know all theories, master all techniques, but as you touch a human soul, be just another human soul. That is a quote which is attributed to the works of Carl Jung. I wanted to sort of open this video with that to keep something in mind for later. So I was watching this, or I was scrolling on YouTube, as one does. Um, and I came across this video. It is called How a Southerner Shed His Racism. I have it on screen here. It'll also be in the description in case any of you want to watch it. But it is about this Southern man who, for I would say, the first 20 years of his life was, racist. At 10 years old, he thing on a bus where he had to sit next to a black woman and he was petrified. And then at 20, a dialogue was opened between him and another man. Rather than, getting angry at him for being racist, they had a conversation. This is to say, in my mind, I think that intellect isn't superiority. I think it's a way in which we connect with people. This is just me, but oftentimes having a conversation without trying to impose or keeping your mind flexible can change your brain in ways in which we've never experienced. And I think this is telling because someone decided to have a conversation with him instead of an argument or reacting in a hateful way or with violence. He was able to see the error of his ways and change and have a more positive effect toward the world around him. Oftentimes, we are looking to be intellectually, or we're looking to be superior to another person. We want to have the right views, the right morals. We want to be correct so bad that we forget that on the opposite side, there's another human. This isn't to say that you have to fully agree or be completely flexible, but you should be open minded and willing to conversate with someone who may not have the same worldviews as you. Yes, in this case, racism is wrong. It was a terrible thing, but because of people's willingness to have these conversations and be like, this isn't right, and not only respect the other person as a human, even if they don't respect you as one, even if they don't respect you as one, or even if they don't initially respect you as one. I think this also goes to talk about what you as an individual represent as well. If you want to, if you want to preach nonviolence and change, um, you must be willing to act on that. Not to say, I guess, not to say you can't protect yourself, but violence shouldn't be the main source of your action, because I think violence and hate only breeds more violence and hate. Kindness is a way to solve that. And I think that, both are easy, but one has a more positive effect. So, yes, master everything. Learn where you draw the moral line. Learn how you think, learn what you believe, fight for what you believe, but also realize that you are superior to no one. At the end of the day, each and every one of us is human. There are 8 billion of us on the planet, 8 billion of us with a differing beliefs and systems in which we view the world. This isn't to say that, you know, cultural relativism is a strong system. No, there can be things that are wrong. Cannibalism is wrong, you know, from my point of view. And I won't say otherwise because I believe cannibalism is wrong. Maybe there are situations where you have no other choice, but to me that is still wrong. Murder is wrong. There are situations where you must protect yourself, but nonetheless, this is more so just to say, in life, act with humility. Poor, rich, no matter your race, be willing to have conversations, you know, be willing to be wrong, be willing to forgive, be willing to have those difficult conversations, such as this, where you aren't targeting the person directly, you aren't using hateful words to define them, because there are situations where a simple conversation can have a big impact on how someone sees the world, such as this. After the simple words of saying, we have to go out of town 2 hours to use the bathroom, we have to go out of town 2 hours to eat lunch. They talked for 3 hours. It was a small opening, which led to this man seeing another man in as more of a human being. And that was reciprocated in kind, where they both saw each other as human beings. Don't use your intellect to always be superior to someone. Use your intellect to connect with others. Um, at least to me, that's what it's truly about. That's why I learn, so that when I meet someone who disagrees with me, rather than hate them, I can connect with them, understand them, um, and be able to add and challenge their worldview. I think that's what we can all do. We can add and challenge everyone's worldview together, even my own. Anyway, peace out and bye.